In this exciting sewing tutorial, you're going to learn how to make this beautiful scrunchie from scratch. I'll teach you how to sew it easily using the easiest method you've ever seen. If this is your first time on my channel and you'd love to watch more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I post exciting, well-detailed sewing tutorials on this channel that will help you in your sewing journey. So let's get started. So these are the materials that we're going to be using. I'll be using this cotton pink fabric, as you can see, and I'm also going to be using a pink thread. Then I'm also going to use a pink thread in my bobbin as well. I'm also going to be using an elastic. So this elastic measures, let me just measure it for you guys so that you can see the measurements. It's supposed to be 10 inches, but here it's 15 inches. So I'm going to trim off the extra 5 inches. I just need a 10-inch elastic. So I'm just going to get my pair of scissors and trim off the excess elastic that I don't need. So this is my 10-inch elastic now that we've removed the other one. So let's just measure it to make sure it's 10 inches. So I'm just going to place my elastic onto my measuring tape, and there we have our 10-inch elastic. So now let's wind the bobbin and thread the machine. So there are different types of sewing machines. This is an electric sewing machine. If you're using this kind of machine, you need to wind your bobbin on top, like I am going to show you. So I'll show you how to wind the bobbin using this modern domestic electric sewing machine, and I'll also show you how to wind the bobbin using the other vintage sewing machine. So this is the hand vintage non-electric sewing machine. It's a manual sewing machine. You wind your bobbin manually, like I am doing. As you can see me wind it manually. So you just have to make sure you wind your bobbin, and if possible you can make 2 bobbins full, so that as you are sewing, in case the other bobbin runs out, you need to have another bobbin on standby. So I would advise you wind 2 full bobbins in advance. So now I'm just going to put the full bobbin into the bobbin case and put it into the machine. So I'll just put the bobbin case right there where it belongs. Then the next thing we need to do is thread the machine. So I'll just put the metal back, then I'm going to thread the machine. So I'll use my thread and then start following the thread guide. So you have to follow your manual. Each machine has its own manual, but most machines are similar. So if you're using a machine like this one, you can just thread your machine following the thread guides like I am doing. Then finally you're going to put it in the needle. After putting the thread on all the necessary thread guides, you're going to put the thread into the needle like you can see me do. So there we have our machine is threaded and our bobbin is in the bobbin case, and I'll just put the needle down so that the bobbin thread can also come up. So you need to push the needle down, then the bobbin thread will come out. So now let's move on to the next step, which is cutting the fabric. So I have my beautiful pink fabric here. I'm just going to measure and cut it out. So I have 25 inches here. That's my length. Then the width I'm going to cut out as well, which is 6 inches width. Then I'm going to connect and join the points with a straight ruler. So I'll just get my pair of scissors and cut everything out. So there we have a rectangular shape. So we're going to move on to the next step, which is trimming the excess sides. So if your fabric is not too even, you can trim off the excess. Just make it even. We just want to make the line straight, the fabric straight and beautifully even here. So we now have the length measurement of 25 inches, as you can see, and the width measurement of 6 inches. So here we have 25 inches length and 6 inches width. So the next thing we need to do is fold at the center, as you can see me do. I'll just fold and just give a hand press. Then I'm going to mark 1 inch at the top, as you can see me do, 1 inch at this point here, and also 1 inch at this other side, 1 inch over here. So as you can see, I'm just marking 1 inch at both sides, on the open sides, not on the folded sides. Then I'm going to stitch between from the 1 inch. The 1 inch will be left without sewing, so I'm going to stitch from here to here. So I'm just going to draw half an inch seam allowance where I'm going to stitch. I'm just marking half an inch, as you can see me do. Then I'm going to draw a straight line where I'm going to stitch. So remember, at the top we marked 1 inch. I'm not going to stitch there, don't stitch there. And at the bottom, 1 inch. So leave those two parts open, the two 1 inches. Just stitch in between the 1 inches here and here. So I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine and run a straight stitch from there to there. So let's go to the sewing machine. So as you can see, I repeat, the 1 inch opening is going to be left. Then while there's a blue marking, that's where I'm going to start stitching from, but leave the top part, as you can see, where my needle is pointing. So let's just get stitching. So remember this part where I left 1 inch, I'm just going to mark. I'm not going to sew there, so I'm just going to end right here and leave the 1 inch without stitching. So let's just remove this from the sewing machine and just place it on the table, then move on to the next step. So as you can see, I've run a straight stitch and the two sides are open. So I'm going to turn this to the right side. As you can see, this is the wrong side. I'm just going to start turning it into the right sides. So you just have to take your time and turn everything to the right sides. So after turning, this is what we have, and remember there was the 1 inch opening at both ends. So I'm going to stitch these two together. As you can see, the 1 inch opening is still visibly showing. So we'll just take this to the sewing machine and run another straight stitch, sewing these two parts together. So this is what we have after sewing this together. So this is the wrong side. I'm just going to turn this and show you the right side. So let me put it in. So this is the right side. This is how neat it looks. So as you can see, there is an opening here. So this is from the 1 inch we marked. Remember at the beginning we marked 1 inch at the top of the fabric and at the bottom. So let me just take you back to this opening of 1 inch, just in case you've forgotten. So the first thing I marked was the length, then I also marked the width, and then folded the fabric. So this is where the 1 inch, I won't show you where the 1 inch is coming from. Then at the top here I marked 1 inch, and also at the other bottom I marked 1 inch over here. Then I went ahead to stitch. So that is the 1 inch. Those are the two 1 inches you're seeing. I hope that's clear, guys. So now let's move on to the next step, which is inserting the elastic into our scrunchie. So I'm just going to get my elastic, and then I'll show you guys how to go about inserting. So this is the elastic that we have. I'm just going to get my measuring tape. I need 10 inches only. So I'm going to measure. So this elastic is about 15 inches. I'll get my pair of scissors and trim off the excess because I don't need it. I only need 10 inches for this scrunchie. So I'll get my pair of scissors and remove the excess. Then I'll show you guys how to easily insert this into your scrunchie. So this is 10 inches. Let me just mark it again. So I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to insert an elastic using a safety pin. This is one of the easiest methods. So I have my safety pin, as you can see. This safety pin, I'm going to put it just in my elastic. As you can see, I'll just prick it in my elastic. Then I'm going to start pushing this safety pin into my scrunchie. So let's just do that. So that is why we left out this opening here. It's for inserting the elastic into the scrunchie. So now you just have to insert it and keep pushing. Make sure you hold the other part of the elastic and then keep pushing the safety pin in the scrunchie. So you just have to keep pushing, as you can see me do, while holding the other end. Then keep pushing. So we're almost reaching the end. There we are. Almost. So we just have to keep pushing it. And there we are. So let me show you mistakes to avoid when inserting. If you pull it out, all the elastic will come out. So this is what you're supposed to do. This is not what you're supposed to do. I'll show you the right way to do it. When you start inserting your elastic, you have to make sure this other end is tied to your finger. That way it won't all go out. So just, you can tie it on your own, or you can ask someone to assist you, as you can see me do. This is one of there are so many ways you can do this, but this is one of the ways. Then you start inserting your elastic. That way the all elastic, when you reach towards the end, will not go in. So let me just keep pushing my safety pin until we reach the end. So that way our elastic is secured and it all can't go in like it did at first. So once we reach this end here, I'm just going to remove the pin. Oh, we're almost there. We haven't reached yet. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. So there we are. As you can see, the elastic is not all going in. So just remove it slowly and hold it. Then tie the two elastics together that way it won't go in. Then after tying them together, you can hand sew on top in order to make it even stronger. To just make the knot more stronger, you can hand stitch or take it to the sewing machine. So I've just tied it, then I'll hand stitch it. So there we have our scrunchie is almost done. So guys, this is the easiest way to make a scrunchie. Then on this opening, you can just stitch on the sewing machine or use a hand sewing needle. So you can just take it to the sewing machine and run a straight stitch over, or you can simply use your hand sewing needle. So I'll just take it to the sewing machine and run a straight stitch over. So guys, if you watched up to this end and enjoyed this video or found this video useful, please encourage me to make more videos for you by subscribing, giving it a thumbs up, and dropping a kind comment. I'll really appreciate, and it will motivate me to make more videos for you guys. Bye, and see you in my next tutorial.